Is this real life right now? Was that one of the worst Super Bowl halftime shows? Well, I would say it might be. What I do know for sure is that was a massive step down from last year's Super Bowl halftime show. When it was over, I was like, that's it? Is there more? Is there someone else coming out? Last year's Super Bowl halftime show was absolutely legendary. There's no beating that, which is probably why everyone bailed on it. No one wanted to do it. Last year you had Eminem, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, who almost passed out while hanging upside down. He put his whole career on the line for this one. We had Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg. This year we had just Rihanna. It was just Rihanna. But it wasn't her fault that she was the only performance for this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Taylor Swift dropped out of the halftime show, and many artists refused to even perform. Isn't this like the biggest night? The biggest like promo for yourself? I would just create a new album and then perform at the halftime show and then sell it. Some of the people that dropped out apparently was Jay-Z, Adele, Metallica. Imagine Metallica. I thought this was a huge honor for people to do, but people are turning it down. What am I missing here? The halftime show just felt like a Rihanna concert to me. Nothing spectacular. Definitely not a Super Bowl that I'm going to remember. I think Shakira and J-Lo from 2020, yeah, that was very memorable. People are still talking about that till this day. Or is that just me? I really hope that next year's Super Bowl can bring on some legendary talent and the Super Bowl isn't just one big fail. Let me know, who do you guys want to see at next year's Super Bowl halftime show?
Rihanna's halftime performance was so good that she even served as vocals at the top of the stadium. I mean, she's clearly not afraid of heights and shone bright like a diamond on the floating platforms. If she wasn't as strapped in as she was, I'd be really concerned for how high she was while singing some of her greatest hits. At one point, Reed did have to keep herself from slipping while trying to keep her balance with her huge robe on top, and that could have turned into a huge lawsuit. With that big outfit choice and the moving platforms floating really high up in the air, her team had to make sure she was extra safe all the way up there, which means she would not have been able to dance as much to avoid the platform from moving, which it was doing, especially when it was extremely high up during her closing song. But regardless, she was safe and served us with all the vocals that we deserve to hear from the queen.
Is Rihanna pregnant again? Rihanna rocked the stage performing at the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. She captivated the audience while performing her hit songs such as Work, Diamonds, Umbrella, Rude Boy, Wild Thoughts, and more. She took stage rocking an all-red outfit while her backup dancers rocked an all-white outfit. That pop of red definitely made her stand out. However, people are already criticizing her and her outfit. In fact, her outfit has led many to believe that she is pregnant again. Last year, Rihanna shocked fans when she revealed that she was pregnant with her first child with her boyfriend A$AP Rocky. She revealed the news in a baby bump bearing photo shoot. In May of 2022, Rihanna welcomed her first child, but could she be expecting again? Well, that's what fans think. During the show, you could see an outline and a little bulge coming from Rihanna's belly. At one moment, it seemed as if she acknowledged it by rubbing her belly. Is this her way of hinting that she has a bun in the oven? Or maybe she's trying to keep it all top secret. During her songs Umbrella and Diamonds, Rihanna wore an oversized red jacket. However, the jacket was very bulky and seemingly heavy as it kept falling off her body and she kept fixing it. At one point, she draped it over her body, almost appearing to cover her belly. At that point, her jumpsuit had unzipped even further down, exposing more of her belly. Was Rihanna trying to hide her bump with that jacket? Like I said, fans are certainly convinced. Now, others are arguing that she's still rocking the bump from her first child. Realistically, it takes a while for a body to go back to normal, having carried a human inside for 9 months. A lot of women tend to still have a slight bump up to a year of having a kid. It has been almost a year since Rihanna had her son, so chances are she's still rocking the post-pregnancy body. Either way, Rihanna looked gorgeous as always and truly gave an amazing performance. Can we talk about her vocals real quick? Cause she is incredible live. Like this video if you agree. Again, what are your thoughts? Is Rihanna going to announce that she's pregnant again? Because a lot of news outlets and fans think so. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You can also let me know how you liked the performance. Rihanna is all the talk lately. She just made a huge comeback at the Super Bowl halftime show after taking a break from performing. During the Super Bowl halftime show, Rihanna performed all her hit classics in front of millions of people, and a number of questionable and controversial things happened while she was on stage. I'll be covering this and more only in today's video. Rihanna took stage during the Super Bowl halftime show rocking a red jumpsuit and red bodysuit with latex detail around her chest. She certainly popped in that outfit while her backup dancers wore all white outfits. The red stage Rihanna performed on complemented her red outfit perfectly. Rihanna brought all the nostalgia during her performance as she sang all her classic viral hits. She started her performance singing "B Better Have My Money" and ended her performance singing "Diamonds." One thing that's for sure is that Rihanna's vocals are unmatched. She sounded absolutely incredible. She had the audience singing and cheering along. But one moment in particular has left viewers stunned. During one of her songs, Rihanna grabbed her crotch and did a few hip thrusts. What made things even weirder is when she raised her hand to her nose after doing so, looking as if she smelt her hand. Now, if you're a fan of Rihanna, then you know she is famous for doing this MJ-inspired crotch grab move. Over the years, Rihanna has done this move in her performances, and every time it sparks controversy. In 2013, while performing at her concert at the All Phones Arena in Australia, Rihanna kept grabbing her crotch. After the concert, photos of her grabbing herself circulated online and made headlines. Not only that, but in her 2011 music video for You Da One, Rihanna does this move multiple times. After this music video surfaced, a lot of people commented on it saying that it was gross for her to do that. To me, it's Rihanna. I don't find her gross at all. But parents did not want their children watching her do this sexual move, so she received a lot of complaints and backlash. So Rihanna is not a stranger to controversy at all. And during the halftime show, Rihanna had fun with this dance move. She knew what she was doing and was very cheeky about it. Definitely made her live up to her Bad Girl Riri brand. What did you think of the halftime show if you watched it? Let me know in the comments below. I've been your host, Lindsay Avon, and I'll see you when I see you. Rihanna just performed at the Super Bowl halftime show live in front of millions of people, and her vocals did not disappoint. The star took stage rocking a red jumpsuit with latex leather detail around her chest, while her backup dancers wore completely white outfits. Performing tons of hit songs, Rihanna definitely rocked the stage. Rihanna performed songs such as Work, Umbrella, Wild Thoughts, Diamonds, and more. All of her classic hits, if you ask me. And fans were wondering how she would do, especially since in her recent interviews, she opened up about being nervous. In one interview, Rihanna said, and I quote, "The scariest part? Knowing that Barbados is watching. People are hard to impress, but they love their own. They're going to represent, and I'm going to represent right back for them." She felt immensely pressured to make Barbados proud. Not only that, but Rihanna hasn't been on tour in 7 years and took a long break from making music. Needless to say, Rihanna still managed to own the stage. However, of course, fans had a lot to say about her performance. Although her vocals were amazing, a lot of people were saying that her dance moves were subpar. Rihanna let the backup dancers do most of the work while she just did little leg and hand movements. However, as the performance went on, Rihanna got way more into the performance and started to let her personality shine. Halfway through her show, she started to get more into the songs and into her dance moves. And then, while dancing, she did a very questionable move where she grabbed her crotch and then licked her lips. Okay, Rihanna, I see you. She definitely was doing a bit of a Michael Jackson crotch grab with that move. And then she went on to give her butt some little slaps. But that wasn't the only scandalous dance move featured in her performance. During her song Work, Rihanna got very into the song and her backup dancers got on the floor, thrusting their hips in the air in sync. It would have been crazy if Rihanna got down on the ground and joined them too. But there was one moment where Rihanna did join in with her backup dancers. While singing Pour It Up, Rihanna got down and started twerking with her dancers. Now this caused a huge reaction. Audience members started screaming and cheering her on. I mean, if I was there, I too would be cheering my heart out for Rihanna. This was definitely a halftime performance we will never forget, especially since it's Rihanna's debut after having a child with her partner A$AP Rocky and after taking a huge break from performing and from her music. Let me know your thoughts on her performance. Was it everything you hoped it to be or what? Let us know in the comments below. From crotch grabbing to hip thrusting and even butt slapping.
We're gonna be talking about all of this and more only in today's video. Starting off with number 10, twerking. It's hard not to twerk to Rihanna's songs, so I get why she was dropping it low during her performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. Rihanna is known for her sexy songs and moves, so for a family-friendly show, it is as non-explicit as it could get from Rhi. The performance included her 2016 #1 work, which segued into Wild Thoughts and Pour It Up, which she accompanied with some twerking. And even though she was wearing an extremely baggy outfit, we all knew the twerking was an important aspect of her performance, which was followed by her dancers. On to number 9, raunchy dance moves and hip thrusting. It doesn't just stop at the twerking. Rhi was busting out all kinds of raunchy moves for her performance. At one point, she was standing at one end while singing, with all her backup dancers rhythmically thrusting towards her. The sensual moves accompanied her song Wild Thoughts, which makes sense since the rhythm of the song makes you want to dance slow on tempo. On to number 8, seductively looking into the camera. With the stunning eye makeup, which I'm guessing was accomplished using none other than the Fenty makeup, Rihanna started the set while looking directly at the camera and into our souls sensually, with her striking eye makeup adding to the stare. This started off her performance with her first track, Be Better Have My Money, and sees her floating on a platform. Number 7, the savage opening song, Be Better Have My Money. As we all know, the largely watched Super Bowl is known for its family-friendly aspect, so having the queen of explicit, Rihanna, performing would have bent the rules in some form. When the performance started, we see Rihanna performing one of her extremely explicit songs, Be Better Have My Money, and even though she doesn't sing the curse word, not much is left to the imagination, especially for her large fan base who would have most probably been singing along without filtering themselves even in the stadium. Number 6, crotch grab. Rihanna was obviously feeling herself during her Girl Boss halftime show, so there's no surprise she was touching on herself to her set list. With a close-up shot, we see Rihanna really enjoying herself while grabbing her crotch to let haters know she does not care what they gotta say and how she has control and power over herself.
We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with her outfit. Now, don't get me wrong, Rihanna's outfit was not revealing compared to some of the outfits that she's worn in past performances. Rihanna wore a red jumpsuit with a red bodysuit underneath. Now, the one thing that caught viewers' attention was this chest area of the outfit. It wasn't just a normal bodysuit, it had like a latex detail to accentuate her bust. I absolutely love the outfit, and it's definitely less scandalous than her revealing actual cleavage. In our 4th spot, we have the cat moves. Now, I genuinely was confused when Rihanna was singing Pour It Up because she had some interesting choice dance moves, including imitating what seemed to be a cat, using her hands to groom her hair like how cats do. Quite interesting. In our 3rd spot, we have the song choices. Now, I'm a huge fan of Rihanna, and she has amazing songs. During the Super Bowl halftime show, she picked some of her most viral hits, including Work, Umbrella, Wild Thoughts, and more. Now, the song was censored, but it's not the most appropriate song because of the lyrics, you know, for a Super Bowl show. Coming in at number 2, we have the belly rub. It seems as if Rihanna announced her pregnancy with baby number 2 at the Super Bowl halftime show. Rihanna started the show by zipping down her red jumpsuit a bit more to show off her belly bump, and then she gave her belly a little rub. She then left the zipper down on her outfit to show off the baby bump. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for Rihanna. Do you think it's going to be a boy or a girl? Let me know in the comments below. And in our number one spot today, we have the booty grab. During Rihanna's performance of Rude Boy, she had her back to the camera while she placed her hand on her bum before grabbing it in front of the camera. She gave her cheek 2 squeezes before slapping her bum. It's iconic if you ask me.
Is this real life right now? Was that one of the worst Super Bowl halftime shows? Well, I would say it might be. What I do know for sure is that was a massive step down from last year's Super Bowl halftime show. Last year's Super Bowl halftime show was absolutely legendary. There's no beating that, which is probably why everyone bailed on it. No one wanted to do it. Last year you had Eminem, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, who almost passed out while hanging upside down. He put his whole career on the line for this one. We had Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg. This year we had just Rihanna. It was just Rihanna. But it wasn't her fault that she was the only performance for this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Taylor Swift dropped out of the halftime show, and many artists refused to even perform. Some of the people that dropped out apparently was Jay-Z, Adele, Metallica. Imagine Metallica. I thought this was a huge honor for people to do, but people are turning it down. What am I missing here?
What songs is Rihanna performing during the Super Bowl halftime show? The moment we've all been waiting for. Rihanna is finally making her comeback onto the stage, and we're just anticipating the types of hits our queen is going to be giving us. Personally, I really feel like 13 minutes just won't cut it, especially since she literally has more hits than minutes she has to perform. According to Rihanna, there were 39 different versions of the set list, and honestly, I would be down for her to perform all the versions for me. The audience should most probably expect hits like Umbrella, Don't Stop the Music, SOS, Disturbia, Rude Boy, and I could just keep going on and on and on among the greatest songs that ought to be included. Are there any specific songs you're hoping to hear from Bad Gal Riri tonight? Comment your faves and what you want to hear live.
The Super Bowl is here, and it will be an evening filled with an intense game, hilariously creative commercials, and of course, the infamous halftime show starring none other than Rihanna. So the question is, what time will we see Rihanna take stage? Well, the kickoff for the Super Bowl was 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and the halftime show is set to start roughly around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a rough estimate because NFL games can be unpredictable, but it's said that the first half should wrap up by 8 o'clock, having Rihanna come out shortly after. Tonight's show will be just 13 minutes long, and Rihanna said there will be 39 different versions of the set list. Who else is excited to see what she's bringing us? What songs do you think she'll sing, and what songs do you hope she'll perform? Let us know in the comments. The Super Bowl is on with the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Philadelphia Eagles. But football isn't the only hot talk of tonight. Blonde bombshell Gracie Hunt is making headlines. Gracie Hunt is none other than the daughter of the Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, and she is becoming a viral social media star. Racking up more than 239,000 followers on her socials, the 23-year-old loves to flaunt her lavish lifestyle and the perks of being an NFL heiress. Gracie got flown to Arizona on a private jet to attend Super Bowl week with her father. This week was filled with red carpet events, delicious catered meals, 5-star resorts, and exclusive team parties. She shared all of this with her followers, showing off the amazing perks. Currently, she's showing some BTS of what it's like to be at the Super Bowl with VIP treatment. She's definitely living the life of luxury.
Why is everyone talking about this 23-year-old blonde from the Super Bowl? As she attended Super Bowl week with her father, the beauty queen daughter of billionaire Kansas City Chiefs owner Clark Hunt gave her followers an inside look at the extremely extravagant perks that come with being an NFL heiress, including invitations to exclusive team parties and red carpet events, private planes, catered meals, and 5-star resorts. With over 239,000 followers, the 23-year-old social media star Gracie Hunt frequently flaunts the opulent benefits of being related to the football mogul. She has now provided a behind-the-scenes look at what it was like to attend the Super Bowl as the daughter of a team owner while receiving all the VIP treatment. I'm gonna need to become friends with her so I can join her on these cute and exclusive outings.
Is Rihanna pregnant? Well, everyone who just watched the Super Bowl halftime show thinks so. What do you guys think? Let me know. Is Rihanna pregnant? I'm gonna say yes. I actually had to search on Google, wait, did Rihanna have her baby yet? Like, is she still pregnant with the last baby? Well, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky had their baby, and that was of May of 2022. And I'm pretty sure the baby's name is a secret. Do you guys know what Rihanna's baby name is? The baby was born just a few days before my birthday. The baby was born May 13th. So I did a little bit of math with the last baby born and this baby, and the age difference would only be like 8 or 9 months. Depending on how far along she is pregnant, it could be even less, like maybe a 7-month difference. They're definitely Irish twins. Let me know what you guys think. Is Rihanna pregnant?
Rihanna brought her talent back to the stage on Sunday night 5 years after she last performed there. Rihanna's performance of her hits went through them in a surprising, unadorned way. She performed her tight 12-minute set with dancers and a backing band, despite rumors that she might be joined by guests during the performance. She may have been referring to a guest we couldn't quite see, it turns out. Her representatives confirmed that she is expecting another child after the performance was over. She opened the show with her 2015 song Be Better Have My Money, surrounded by scores of dancers in the same white outfit, leading into a medley of some of her biggest dance hits, including Where Have You Been, Only Girl in the World, and We Found Love. The pace changed when she sang the first notes of her 2016 hit Work, which led to Wild Thoughts and Pour It Up, to which she twerked. Her career-defining songs gave the audience some jams to vibe to during one of the best halftime shows ever.
Rihanna just performed at the Super Bowl halftime show live in front of millions of people. The star took stage rocking a red jumpsuit with latex leather details around her chest, while her backup dancers wore completely white outfits. Performing tons of hit songs, Rihanna definitely rocked the stage. And of course, there were some very memorable moments from the show. One in particular moment that has shocked audiences everywhere was when Rihanna raunchily grabbed her crotch and did some hip thrusts. That's not the only crazy moment. During Rihanna's song Work, there were a lot more hip thrusts. And lastly, while singing Pour It Up, Rihanna got down and started twerking with her backup dancers. This caused a huge reaction and the audience members were cheering her on. This was definitely a halftime performance we will never forget. 9-time Grammy-winning artist Rihanna is said to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, but the artist recently opened up about being nervous and facing immense pressure about her performance. In an interview about the Super Bowl halftime show, Rihanna said that doing the Super Bowl halftime show was one of the craziest decisions that she ever made. She continued on by saying, and I quote, "I have not been on tour for 7 years, so to go from that to the Super Bowl, it was one of those things I knew would be a challenge, and that's what enticed me." Not only that, but she said that she's very nervous knowing that her home country is watching. She said, and I quote, "The scariest part, knowing that Barbados is watching. People are hard to impress, but they love their own. They're going to represent, and I'm going to represent right back for them." In the interview, she also said that she cannot get over the fact that millions of people will be watching her perform. One thing's for sure, her performance is going to be one that we'll never forget.
Rihanna is clearly not afraid of heights and shone bright like a diamond way up top on the platforms. It was almost too easy for her to fall off at any given moment if she wasn't strapped in properly. At one point, Rihanna slipped a bit while trying to keep her balance with her huge robe on top, and that could have turned into a huge lawsuit, but regardless, she was safe and served us with all the vocals that we deserve to hear from the queen. Comment your favorite song that she performed during her set. The Super Bowl is here with one of the highly anticipated halftime shows, but is Rihanna dropping out? The billionaire once turned down the gig back in 2019 because she did not agree with what the NFL stood for and their treatment of former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Will she drop out of nervousness for returning onto the stage after over 7 years? Or will she flake on her fans again, as she has been doing with her newest album release, which we've been waiting for a while now? I guess we'll find out when the show starts.